Whenever I talk to people or get into conversations, they frequently point out how good I am at carrying a conversation. They genuinely enjoy it, but I wasn't always like this. I used to have awkward conversations, probably very similar to the way you talk to people too, where I'd have these awkward silences, I'd run out of things to say, I wouldn't know how to change topic, or most importantly, I didn't know how to engage or disengage a conversation. The thing is, leveling up your ability to talk to people has unlimited upsides and zero downsides. It helps in social situations with girls, at events, at business meetings. Doesn't matter when, doesn't matter where. The first thing you need to understand when it comes to speaking like a professional is that your words have value, or at least they should, but I see way too many people walk around their life throwing words around as if they have no meaning. It's the same concept as gold. Why is it so rare? It's because it's scarce. That's what gives it value. Your words are supposed to have value. The issue is that the value of your words has been hyperinflated so far that this resource, which intrinsically is your words, isn't scarce anymore, which directly correlates to the amount of value it brings to the table, which is next to none. Chances are when you speak, you are heard, but you're not listened to. There's a very big distinction between the two, and you want the latter. You want to be listened to, okay? And I want you to drill this into your brain. If you're going to say something, say it with conviction. Why say it otherwise? You see me speaking to you here right now. This is the same way I would be speaking to anybody in my day-to-day life. I put weight behind my words. If I were to sit here and talk to you like this, hey guys, so this is how I want you guys to speak from today on, it wouldn't have the same effect as if I would speak like this, with conviction, with passion behind whatever I'm saying. And the worst part is, it also makes you look like a depressed, soulless, mumbling idiot. And we don't want that. We want people to look at us and see a charismatic, enthusiastic, ambitious young man. And so we act like one. In my day-to-day life, I'm often described as a quiet person, unless I'm genuinely interested in something and think I can add to the conversation, in which case I'll jump in. But I'll sit there in a group of people and not say anything for hours, and eventually someone will come up to me and ask, Adam, why are you so quiet? The truth is, the conversation doesn't interest me. I don't care. Are we really, are we talking about fucking Spider-Man? I couldn't care less. Now, this is very important, so listen up. Don't conflate saying less than necessary with being an introverted, awkward, quiet kid that shies away from social interactions. There's a big difference. You need to have a switch inside of you where you can go from 0 to 100 like that. If I'm going to entertain a conversation, I'm all in. 100% of my attention is there. But if it's not worth my time, I won't even bother. I'm not even going to engage. There's no dimly lit light. There's no halfway. There's no maybes. It's yes or no. Same with the gym. When I'm there, I'm focused 1,000,000%. The moment I leave or before the gym, I don't even think about it. The light is turned off. It's at 0. If you put conviction into your words, why would you be doing small talk about stupid shit all the time? Doesn't make any sense. So what kind of dog does your grandma have? Oh, fuck off. No one cares, okay? And as humans, for us to not feel awkward, it feels like we need to jump in and add to the conversation. But I'll just sit there and say, look, you guys do your thing, I'll do my thing, and so should you. Okay, when you guys are done, let me know. Or if there's something interesting I want to join and talk about, I'll jump in. But until then, you should be totally fine with an awkward silence. Now, I want to make this very, 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 very clear. In no way, shape, or form does this excuse you from learning how to talk like a professional. My emphasis here is don't engage in stupid, retarded, meaningless shit with stupid people. This means video games, movies, TikTok dances. Fuck do I know. Alright, you know what kind of stupid shit I'm talking about that doesn't move your life in the positive direction in any way, shape, or form. Cut that shit out of your life. It's gonna help you dramatically. So how do you actually talk like a professional? Well, it boils down to a couple of key principles, but you know what's funny? They don't fucking teach you this in school. They don't want you to know. First of all, we don't want to look like an antisocial, awkward dork that doesn't know how to hold his own in any conversation. So we want to participate and inject ourselves into conversations. But Adam, you said say less. You said talk less. Bitch, I said don't jump into conversations about meaningless, retarded, and stupid shit. Big difference. Don't conflate the two. The cool thing about being a professional is that you can create meaningful conversations and make people like you without having to resort to dreadful small talk about their cat's feelings or what their favorite movie is. Because honestly, no one gives a shit. I remember hearing advice when I was younger, and I agree with it entirely. And it goes like this. If you want someone to like you, talk about things they're interested in. Because to me, this dude who knows a shit ton about history knows things that I don't. He loves to talk about this stuff. And so I'll just start asking him questions. For example, I'll just ask him randomly to, I don't know, off the top of my head, to explain how Napoleon Bonaparte went about Waterloo. I don't know, there's so much material I can work with. Look at how much history you've got. You can literally ask endless amount of questions, okay? And this works with every single topic. Even if I don't know shit about history, simply me asking questions and showing genuine interest makes people love talking to me. And look, if he doesn't know anything about Napoleon and Waterloo, I'll just skip the question. I'm not gonna hound him because that's lame and it's gay, and nobody wants to be around a person who does that type of shit. So if that's you, cut that out, okay? Don't make it like an interview. The key is to be curious, and I'm a genuinely curious person. I find learning about things that I don't know anything about interesting, as long as, once again, it's not some stupid, meaningless, retarded shit. And this serves two purposes. One, I get to get smarter and know more about history. And two, I get to develop my social skills and get people to actually enjoy talking with me. What I want to teach you is that I can have a conversation about something I don't know at all, simply by being curious, and you can too. So find out what the person you're talking to likes to do, likes to talk about, okay? And then ask them about it in a way that's genuinely curious to learn more. And trust me, if you follow what I say, the conversation will flow smoothly on its own. So here's the next step to leveling up your communication skills. Let me preface this with the fact that you've been speaking your entire life and you still don't know how to talk. And that's simply because you've never actually practiced speaking. You know, you'll walk around your day-to-day life and you'll talk with your parents, your friends, your family, and you'll hear them say stuff like, stop. You don't want to be like that, okay? You know why? Because it makes you look stupid. Look at all the professional speakers, and arguably, one of the best speakers of my time is Andrew Tate. Regardless of whether or not you like him or what your opinion is of him, you can't argue the fact that the man knows how to speak. You don't hear him say, You know why? Because professionals don't speak like that. Think of James Bond. Does James Bond speak with, No, he doesn't. A simple method I use to remove these filler words from my vocabulary entirely is something I like to call search and destroy. It's a very similar thing to what Andrew Tate does, and it's basically catching yourself saying these filler words and removing them and eliminating them on the spot, either by repeating the entire sentence again without the filler words, or compulsively thinking about them and making sure you don't say it in the next sentence. And it's the same concept, once again, as in the gym. The more you train yourself to not use these words, the less they'll appear in your sentences. So next up, body language. Look at the way all highly successful people talk. Look at Alex Hormozi, Iman Gadzhi, Andrew Tate. They've all mastered the art of expressing themselves using their hands and their body. When I speak, for example, you'll see me use my hands a lot, okay? This grabs people's attention. It makes me look more confident, and it also forces them to listen to me. Look around you, your friends, your family, your classmates. Nobody uses body language. And if they do, it's probably some measly, weak excuse for trying to hold frame. Imagine you joining a conversation, expressing yourself with your hands. You instantly captivate everyone and become the most interesting person in that room. Number 4, mastering the deep voice. Body language alone won't get you very far. You need to learn to speak with a deep, commanding voice. Nobody respects a dude with a bitch voice. Everyone knows this. This is known. Okay? Think about it with dogs. When you hear a dog with a squeaky bark, you instantly associate it with being soft and weak. However, when you hear a dog with a deep, aggressive bark, you associate that dog with being aggressive, strong, and you think, shit, something's about to go down. The way you get a deeper voice is through something called diaphragmatic breathing. A bare bones explanation for this is essentially breathing into your belly and inflating it as if you've got a gut. Then you slow your voice down and you focus on keeping it deep. A few tones lower than what you usually speak at should do the trick. And number 5, learn how to engage and disengage a conversation. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail for this one because it's pretty self-explanatory. You've been speaking your whole life. Chances are you know how to enter and leave a conversation. But to help ease the process, here are some formulas, some sentences I like to use to make everything flow. To engage a conversation, you can say something like, I overheard you talk about X. What do you think about that? Or, I don't know much about that. Could you tell me more? Or you can say something like, I noticed you're wearing a suit. It looks great on you. Where did you get that one? And to disengage, you can say something like, one last thing before I go. And then follow that up with a compliment or a closing statement about something you were talking about earlier. Or you can say, anyways, pleasure talking to you, G, and I'll see you around. That's it. Keep it short, keep it quick, simple, to the point, disengage, and bounce. So if you found value in this video, like, comment, subscribe to get more content like this, and train the algorithm to push this content to more people who could also benefit from it. And one last thing before I go, stop cucking yourself.